momful house. Didn't have to clean up the shattered pottery and succulent leaves still scattered across the floor. My reflection in the bookstore window looked haunted. My bright yellow Harry Potter shirt washing out my pale white skin and blue eyes. My long hair, caught somewhere between blonde and brown, wasn't helping. I wondered if emotions could suck the color right out of you. I wondered if hatred and bewilderment could make you anemic. I don't know how long I would have stood there, outside looking in, if not for Jenna Williams. The glass door to the bookstore wasn't even fully open before she poked her head out and said, "You're Amelia, right? You can't just stand there, it's creepy. What are you doing? Come inside if you want to look." "I don't know," I said. Even in my daze, part of me felt like I should be curtsying or something. Jenna Williams, reigning valedictorian from 5th grade onward, always impeccably dressed. The first of our grade to wear eyeliner, noted tennis enthusiast, was the closest thing to royalty in the freshman class, though she never held court. She had a few girls from the tennis club she hung out with, but nobody ever managed to get closer than arm's length. It made her all the more appealing, really, than the girls that collected doting admirers and disciples. Jenna was less obtainable. She was never unfriendly, but she was a supernova in a galaxy of new stars, and we all knew it, even the teachers. We had been classmates since kindergarten, but I was surprised she knew my name. Maybe it was because of the star thing, but I heard myself tell her, "My dad left today." She sighed, berry lips bright against her suntanned skin, and said, "Like, left? That sucks. Do you want to talk about it?" I would have been less surprised if the stone lion sitting outside the fancy restaurant across the street had opened its massive jaws and made the same offer. But I managed to mumble, "No, thank you." "Good," Jenna said. "There are too many books and not enough time as it is." "I don't know," I said again, nervous. If she was a star in the galaxy, I was one of those astronauts that gets disconnected from their ship and floats through space until they run out of oxygen. "There's nothing in the world a good book can't cure," she said. "Come on, pick one or two. My treat." And so, in the bright artificial light of the bookstore, we browsed side by side like this was how we spent every Friday evening. She wasn't a supernova, and I wasn't a deserted daughter, and despite the part of my brain incessantly remembering my mother's crying and the sound I imagined the cheerleader's teeth made against the flesh of her finger, I was content. Or maybe resigned. When we brought my book and Jenna's 4 to the register, the bookseller smiled at my choice. The Forest Between the Sea and the Sky, the first of the Orman Chronicles by N.E. Endsley. "This book is so good," she enthused. She had a pair of reading glasses on her nose and another pair forgotten atop her head. "The author isn't much older than you, probably. Only 16 or so. Ain't that something? You'll have to let me know what you think." I finished the book in one sitting, under the glowing bulb of Jenna's creme-colored bedside lamp. I spent the night at her house, though it was less of an invite and more of an edict. When we left the bookstore, I was taken in the Williamses' very nice car to their very nice house, and it was as if I had always been there and always would be. "Jenna never brings friends over," her dad boomed cheerfully. It was a short drive from the store to their home, but long enough for Mrs. Williams to smile at me with her eyes in the rearview mirror. When I borrowed Jenna's cell phone to call my mother and let her know where I was, she didn't answer. I left the numbers for the Williamses' house and Jenna's cell and told her to call me back. She never did. I was worried she'd be furious when they dropped me off the next morning, but she was still in her room. If it weren't for the acidic smell of microwave instant pasta, I wouldn't have known she was even there. But Orman had already taken root in my heart and was under my arm, begging to be reread. Begging me to forget the dripping faucet and empty driveway and football games and to run away to a world with problems much greater and more fantastical than my own. Come away, it whispered. I went gladly.